Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is another normal game sent in by you, the fans, to Lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com. Mr. Maximus Black.
Yes.
Hit me up with the sound of no longer caring about 1 or 2 or even 3 fingers in the butthole.
Ah, just stick it in, Doc.
Here in the top right, we got the red Terran delinquent in the bottom left. We've got the blue Zerg, TheE.
TheE.
Yeah, that's a podcast reference. If you want both a bunch of butthole stories and then also like a impromptu therapy session at the end of the podcast, you should definitely watch the podcast this week. It was a banger, but also last week's as well. 2 back-to-back bangers, especially if you don't like video game news, because there was none. It's perfect podcast episodes for you to watch. But yeah, it was a real banger.
Pretty good. We've got a ZVT, guys. Big thank you. Hit that like button. I know a ton of you guys watch the videos and aren't subscribed, so go ahead and hit that subscription button as well. We had a big influx of subs. We had a couple of shorts that had like 100,000 plus views on them. So
yeah,
we got a lot of new people that came through.
The mold.
Yeah, which was nice to see. So appreciate it. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe. Come hang out. And yeah, this is the normal game sent in by you guys to lifesaglitchtv at gmail.com. Our email is still in the description of every video. So if you guys want to send in your replays, that is where you do it. Well, we got a little bit of downtime right now. I was in Miami, and I gotta say, it's a beautiful place. It is an absolute beautiful place. I will say this. There was a difference between Barcelona and Miami, and although Miami had some pretty attractive people, Barcelona, everybody's fuckable. Everybody. Men, women, they are fuckable. You know? It's just like everybody's gorgeous over there. Nobody is obese in Barcelona. I don't know what it is. Something in the food, or maybe it is the lack of food they're eating. I don't know.
I would say it's a little bit of column A and
Yeah.
a little bit of column B.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I think it's more ready access to better quality food at a lower price that incentivizes people eating healthier on average, and then also just portion sizes aren't ridiculous.
That's true.
It's kind of value. But speaking of portion sizes, what's on the menu for Delinquent's Reaper here, Mr. Black? Will he get anything, or is he gonna leave the buffet feeling hungry? Looks like that's might be the case.
I think he's gonna
dead.
get.
He might leave the buffet dead.
He's gonna get out there. So he's still gonna stay nice and slimmer and lean for the Barcelona. He's got. He's gonna go there. But I will say, in Miami, one thing that they did have a lot more of than what Barcelona had, there was a lot of BBLs in Miami. I'm telling you right now.
That's getting to be out of control everywhere, dude.
It is actually ridiculous. I've seen girls there, like, you know, women, of course, that
yeah, it just doesn't look right, bro.
It looked like they had 2 massive pillows. Like, some of it looks ridiculous. Like,
it
their ass
does look
cheeks
ridiculous.
are like 8 inches wider than their hips. It's like, it's a weird look.
Oh my god.
I'm not
doesn't make
particularly
any
attracted
sense.
to it, but
No.
hey, it is there. It is there. I wouldn't be. Go for it.
I'm gonna say my piece on this.
Say my piece on
this.
Let's hear it.
These Gen Z chicks need to calm the fuck down. They're out here at 21 looking 48. Because they're all putting lip fillers in and Botox in their forehead and everything else, taking out fucking fat in their cheeks and shit, so they can try to look like Anya Taylor-Joy. Like, and even she shouldn't have done that because she looks ridiculous too. But like the amount of work getting done, like recreationally right now, on like these 20-year-old girls, they literally look 45.
Yeah.
They actually, because they look like a 45-year-old woman trying to look 25. But they're actually 25 and they look 45. It's just, though, you're going the wrong way.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe the dudes, maybe the millennials, or the Gen Zers, sorry. Maybe the dudes.
Maybe they're into it?
They're into it. They might be into it, man.
I guess.
I don't know. I'm old now, right? So, like, even when I see a pretty young, attractive, say, 25-year-old you know, it just doesn't hit the same as it used to 10 years ago. It just doesn't hit the same. But you know what is hitting?
Yeah.
These lings are hitting.
Yeah, these. Yeah.
These speedlings are hitting, and they are getting roasted. They do take out a substantial amount of Hellions, surprisingly. There's only like one Hellion left. Pretty poor Hellion control. Would have loved to have seen the SCVs get pulled a little bit sooner, and just basically been a buffer while the... Excuse me. Explosive sneeze.
Bless you.
But yeah, lost the majority of the Hellions there, so decent little harass, and definitely stops the big push that dlinqnt was going to do down at the E's base. But oh my goodness, we still have a Liberator here. Only 4 kills though, so only 4 drone kills with the Liberator, but a lot of mining time not being mined. So unfortunately, did a little bit more damage than what they should have, but nonetheless. Only 4 drone kills, not too bad. Let's take a look here. Things are even. 40-40. Supply is relatively even. I mean, Zerg is always going to have just a little bit more simply from a drone standpoint at this stage in the game. But pretty neck and neck right now so far.
Yeah, much like the BBLs in Miami. Just not a great harass.
No. I see what you did there, Adam. Wow. Wow. Wow.
There's a dad joke for you.
I was literally about to say, bro, that is a dad joke. If you know, and maybe this time next year you might actually be the dad. You never know.
Yeah.
Who knows, right?
Oh,
Marriage
God,
coming around
terrifying.
the corner. Oh
It's
my
true.
goodness. It's crazy. Crazy times, man.
I know I
Crazy.
won't be looking at too many BBLs at that point, that's for sure.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Not that I'm finding myself wanting to at this point either. More Hellions bite the dust, and back-to-back horrible harasses from each side. These gentlemen not being able to produce much on these harassments. But you know what? It doesn't matter for the Zerg, really, insofar as that it's been successful enough that he is now... 2 bases up?
Yeah,
on the Terran.
I mean, he's got 2 extra hatches. They aren't,
they're not populated with
mining.
anything.
Yeah, they're not mining, but he definitely has the ability to pop out a lot of units, and he's going to go for some heavy Ravagers right now, which might actually work. He's going to drop those hot fire mixtapes on the Liberator, blow that up. There is only 1 siege tank here, so it's not as though he's going to have enough DPS to really deter the E from retreating. Throwing down those mixtapes, misses them, and now he's gonna have to wait for the cooldown there. Nice, he's got enough range where he's actually gonna be able to blow up these engineering bays without taking any damage, but he just keeps running into the siege tank. Hopefully he'll start using the hold position. But we shall see.
If he's lucky, he can get inside of that Liberator, or just on the outside of the Liberator range, so at worst, he just kills SCVs.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's like the ideal situation here. But, and that's what looks like he's going to get a couple picks. It's real close. What is the range difference between a Liberator and a Ravager? It must be pretty close.
Yeah, it's similar, but the Ravager could definitely hit it. I actually don't like the position of the siege tank. He kind of makes it so that it can be vulnerable, and there's only 1 siege. So, you know, he could drop like 6 fire mixtapes on top of that siege tank and blow it up, and there will not be enough DPS really to, once again, deter these. But this attack he could have done more here. He could have done more. I'm a little disappointed. Zerg could have definitely did quite a bit more damage. He did get a bunch of SCVs off the line to try and repair, so he got that. The other thing that he's done is he's kept the Terran on 3 base, although there is that extra command center orbital inside the main. We do have a attack coming down here, but the Overlord perfectly in position to see the attack that is about to ensue, and should be able to defend it if he brings his units home, and that's looks like what he's doing.
Yeah, he threw a couple mixtapes down there. I think he got rid of maybe 1 of the supply depots.
Both,
as being real,
yeah.
two supply depots there. He just threw down enough for that to happen. But he's retreating home, as you saw there, to try and stop this. This is unfortunate, though. He was just getting this underway. And now, of course, it is being halted. Will he be able to properly hit this? Got dodged.
No, but
and so you know,
that didn't do that much damage. Like, he went down to the natural. He lost the medevac and the units very quickly. That spore crawler definitely came in handy there. Still, now we're starting to get saturated here on the 3rd. Still no 30, starting to move down now. And I actually think the Zerg is in a decent position. The problem is he doesn't really have the tech. There's no Hydra, there's no Lurker, there's no... It's just this, and this is very, very scary. Sieged up in a good position with the Marine medevac, Marauder Ball. This could be GG, right? Like, this could be the beginning of the end.
It's not for lack of resources. We've got a Greater Spire on the way. We got an Infestor on the way. He's even sitting on over 1,000 minerals to the point where he's at 2,800 now.
What is he doing?
Walking to his death.
What is he doing?
Away all of his units.
Why?
Sieging up late.
What the?
He's gonna get killed.
No! How?
Well, it's not scary anymore. That one tank is the only thing remaining. That is going to also go down, and unfortunately, for as much of a decent, I wouldn't call it, well, he got some in here, but as much of a decent advantage as you would have had there setting up shop, he kind of failed it. Now Zerg is finally converting himself over to some, what looks to be Hydra. He's built a couple of Muta as well as he awaits this Greater Spire to complete. He's been sitting on so many resources at this point. He's still at 120 supply. Okay.
31
kills.
Oh.
Where's this been the whole time?
Oh. Damn, that must have been...
Where the fuck has that been that he got 30?
It must have been this one.
Okay.
It must have been the Liberator that was here that got a bunch of kills.
It had to have been.
I just watched the Terran throw away an entire army here, and I think it was because he was doing a harassment up here, and he wasn't paying attention, and he overextended and lost the vast majority of his units. Here comes a counterattack. No siege tank sieged up yet, and he will siege inevitably now. He should. Maybe. Sometime.
Or he won't.
Okay.
Oh, he stemmed early.
There we go.
For no reason.
There you go.
Stemmed
now
again.
Should be all right.
Okay, this is going to be awkward. He's going to be okay, though. The Zerg's not going to be able to push the ramp. That was a little awkward, but he's going to get out alive. The E has been sitting at this. He's at 144 now, but he was at 120 max supply for the longest time.
Yeah.
He's got so many minerals. Just build the fucking overlords. You could be 200 eons ago.
Agreed.
And it's just sitting still on all these resources. He's gas deprived now because of like what he's building. But before, I mean, he's so many resources. And even if you were to just supply yourself with a bunch more Zerglings, anything is better than sitting on 1,800 minerals and then keeping yourself at this awkward 144 supply. Just build the overlords. Even the Terrans at 189.
Agreed.
Both of these gentlemen, get it together.
Get it together. I think dlinqnt is going to take this game, to be honest. I mean, it just doesn't seem like... The E is upgrades right now. It is 1-0, and if you look at the Terran, already 2-2 with the level 3 on the way, and it just seems like the dlinqnt is just a little bit more composed here and have just been making slightly better decisions, which is starting to snowball. I like what he's done. Over here, he's probably going to get a planetary there, although he just lost his entire army. Or the entire harassing army. But look at this. He's been doing a great job at doing these mini drops. And at some point, the E is just going to have to go up and A move and pray. Like, because you can't just keep taking this heat.
It's gotta be these hands are rated E for everyone. And right now, they're not rated anything. He's getting his shit kicked. Everywhere he goes, these little mini drops.
Yeah, they're hurting.
Deadly.
Yep.
Deadly. Just a couple of Marines in both places, or a few different places, eviscerating his economy. And if it wasn't for the fact that he's been constantly floating north of 1,500 minerals for basically the last, I don't know, 5 to 6 in-game minutes, he'd maybe be in more trouble than he is. He still has a reasonable standing army. It's a weird comp. I don't quite understand exactly what's going on here, but it's still units. He's getting himself into some Broodlords now. He's been sitting on that Spire for Greater Spire for a while. That's a bad look, though. dlinqnt has got a heck of a ball. He's going to have to get himself completely caught out, which has happened before.
Yeah,
so it's not to say that it can't,
he's
but
dying
he's going
right
to be,
here. He's dying right here.
That's not a good look.
Yeah. He needs the siege, though. Still stimming hard right now. Hard stimming. Really good mixtapes. Getting rid of those medevacs in the back, but it's just too much. And now he's going to lose the vast majority of the army. And listen, if you're watching this and you find yourself in that position, just get the corruptors out of there and just fight with your units because they're going to die anyway. The stim will catch up. You may as well inflict some damage onto your opponent. And with only 2 Broodlords, there is pretty much nothing that the E can do about winning this game at this point. I like the fact he went Broodlords, but with the constant harassment, now he doesn't have the gas. Yeah, he's had the minerals, but he's not been able to get enough gas to actually have an adequate amount of Broodlords where they actually look and become dangerous. But instead, it's just 2 Broodlords, now a 3rd on the way against the world, and it ain't gonna be enough.
Yeah, no, it's just not looking good right now for Delinquent. He's been trying to find, or not Delinquent, sorry, TheE. It's not looking great. He's just basically kind of just overstimming, really. He's got another major attack going in there, though, down bottom into TheE's expansion. They're finally getting rid of that hatchery now. That's a lot of tank. Maybe he'll actually siege these ones this time. He's gonna have to be a little bit careful because he's going into Broodlord territory.
He's gonna get
these
chewed,
tanks are just gonna get chewed up.
I mean, at this point,
tanks.
He's able to trade. Like, he can come down here and lose these tanks. As long as he goes in here and he kills a hatch or he gets rid of all the drones and he just keeps building up back at base, like, there's just no way. There's just no way the E can come back from this.
No, it's just not. He doesn't have the resources to be able to keep up with what he's trying to do right now. He's just got all these corruptors that are just stuck as corruptors, and Broodlords are good units, like you were saying, but you need to have a few more of them to really be able to make the magic happen, and ideally have some ground units to help bolster that. These queens doing their best to hold the line against this onslaught from Delinquent. That's not going to mean anything. And now we have Thor's also entering the mix because he's obviously getting tired of these 4 Broodlords halting his victory as he continues to push forward now, getting rid of what little is left of the E's economy, as it were.
Yep, and just like that, I think it's pretty much over. Now he's stimming forward, focusing down on each Broodlord. They're all going to go down. That one Thor doing huge damage in the background, and there is the GG from TheE, and Delinquent takes it. Solid game, hey. Back and forth, good solid diamond game. Guys, we don't have a whole lot of time, so we're going to be jumping right into the next one, but make sure you guys send in your replays to lifesaglitchtv@gmail.com. And if you want a guaranteed cast, you want to skip the line, go check out our sponsor, NordVPN. Link will be in the description below. Go ahead, grab that 2-year subscription using our link. Take a screenshot of your order and send a replay to lifesaglitchtv@gmail.com with the screenshot, and we will guaranteed cash your games. We have nobody in the queue, so it's first come, first serve. It's a great way to support us, our sponsor, and get a little cast over here on LAGTV. You have anything else to add, Adam? Because I'm getting ready to shut her down.
Nope. On to the next.
All right.